Mother crazy ass people.
Oh,
Cher's been
shots
around
across the
forever.
fence.
This is
though,
Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio Live.
Yeah.
We're here
Yeah,
with,
Cher's been around 60, sorry.
Jacob Dell and Tim Huber and Mark Tanner.
Yep.
Super sweet.
Super.
What's up, guys?
What's up, TJ?
Same
What's
shit,
been going
different
on?
day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great. Oh my God, there's Tim. Boy, he's an ugly dude. And that hat looks like crap, bro.
That's my Jacob Dell special right there.
Right, and you know that old man Murphy is gonna be gone.
Oh man,
his name is.
You mean Meyer? Come on. Yeah,
Meyer, Murphy.
Did you not see the news today? Did you not see it all came out today?
I was busy working today. What did you do?
The only person that actually got alleged hit was she hit him, allegedly hit him. So it was all a bullshit show.
Is that what we're
It was
believing?
all the bullshit show.
I don't believe for a minute, player.
All the police reports came out today.
I bet you they did after they've been redacted and black lines.
Oh man, it ain't like that. It ain't like TJ. We'll get on a conspiracy theory later.
I'm an Urban Meyer hater, bro. Don't even start with that. It could be plain as day, and I'd still say no. It's not the way it is. Oh, well, now I see two people. This is awesome. I see Mark and I see Tim.
I just sent you a friend request, Jacob. I'm trolling your fucking page right now. I'm not going to lie to you. It seems like you have a very strong relationship with Mr. Ron Musgraves.
You could be trolling somewhere else, troll boy.
Nah, it's like I see pictures of him all over your page, dude. And it's cool. I don't have nothing against him, but the rest of the world does.
It didn't take you long to get right to it, did you, son?
No. Look, I ain't lying. I'm just checking it out. I'm just trying to learn about who I'm talking with here, buddy. So
I'm a big fat fella, likes to eat, have a good time.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, pretty fun loving, try to be.
Where do you live?
So I have to live in Iowa right now.
Uh-huh.
It's a terrible town. Terrible state.
Really?
I don't know. It's got like 9,000 people in it. Half of them are the meditators.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that practice getting high and then, whatever else they do to meditate. And they're unique individuals, very unique.
Yeah.
The house usually smells like curry when you go to clean it. So.
Oh boy. We got a lot of Indians out there?
I wouldn't say they're necessarily Indians. They're we got a few. That's their belief, I guess. The Indian Maharishi, whatever, Jabiji. I don't have a clue, man.
Hare Krishna.
Most of them. I'm sorry?
Is that Hare Krishna stuff or whatever?
I don't know.
Is that what it's called? Is that where they're in the orange jumpsuits and?
No. This is I'm trying to think of the dude, and I should know. It's all over town. He's got the little dot on his forehead. So I don't know if the sniper rifle's followed everywhere.
The bullseye dot.
Exactly like this. He's got a big noggin too, so I think it'd be fairly easy to hit what you're aiming at.
Fucking headshot. Yeah, headshot's a headshot,
They got quite a few, floaters here, man. For the most part, they're nice people, but it's that 5% of the group that just screws it up for everybody else.
Yeah. That's the group though, really.
They're just a little more extreme. They're trips, man. They're fun to work for. They don't like function well in the real world. That's why they have their little community out here, but they got money. So if you got money and good looks, then I'm in, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Enough about that. Why is Ron Musgrave such a fucking asshole? How about let's get to that.
Straight to the point.
No drink.
Why doesn't anybody like him? I mean, you're part of the UAMCC, weren't you? Or you used to be or something like that? You used to be pretty active in that, right? And Joseph, the opinionated window cleaner's always talking about him. I mean, is this all a ruse? Because, you guys are all cool one minute, and then you're not cool, and then your guys are all cool again, and then you're not cool. So I was just wondering, I mean, is Ron just, a controversial figure because of who he is, just kind of the way he talks, or is he full of shit? Or is he not full of shit, but kind of just conniving?
Well, it depends on what day.
I know a lot of guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I won't do that again.
That's all right.
If you guys notice that there's a lot of people that step up and to defend him, like, you know, they say that he's done quite a bit for them. Do you? I'm sure those people aren't lying. So I mean, he must do some cool stuff, but is there some stuff that he's not cool about? I mean, you know what I mean? I don't understand what's the grief with the dude. I just kind of think he's like a fucking ringleader, like a circus act. You know what I mean? He's like the elephant dancing in the middle of that big circle, or sitting on a tricycle or some shit. You know, I don't know, but he's a weird dude for sure. He's surrounded by controversy. Do you think that's warranted?
Every bit of it.
Oh, okay.
So part of what you said is actually accurate. Like, I believe in giving people credit where credit's due, but I also, you also have to go right along with it. If you get accolades for doing well, then you have to own when shit goes sideways and bad. You got to own it. So,
right.
Like for me personally, I met him, I don't know, 5-6 years ago at an event, and he's a super cool dude, right? At the event. And this is how it works. He tries to ingratiate himself to you by saying, "Oh, I'll help you anytime, call me anytime," which is cool. Cause if you're new, like I was new and my business didn't really take off till he taught me some sales tricks and I learned how to soft wash properly. You know, I mean, he's great at helping you grow your business. But
cool. The
problem with that is he then just goes in there and goes, "Well, don't you want to help? Everybody want to help?" Well, the whole time, man, he's behind the scenes doing whatever he wants. So all your time, effort, and energy is just for what, right? Like, why did we just have this membership committee that took 2 hours? And if you're going to go out and write whatever policy you damn well feel like it, that's disrespectful to me, my entire committee, all the guys that put their time in. But that's what he does. I mean, I really think he wants to be a leader, a good leader, to be looked up to. But the dude's so damn narcissistic, he can't help but he can't even get out of his own way. Like, when we do things, there's a set way to do things in the U, and they took the bylaws and they manipulated to whatever they needed it to do, which I'm talking about, like the election. So only certain people not qualified to run. The people who would have gone, you know what, like Raymond Burke's a perfect example. Raymond Burke saw what was wrong with it and was stepping up to take care of it and make sure it ran. And honestly, it would have grown exponentially with him, right? But the problem with that is Ron would have been a bystander because Raymond made the mistake of leaking out that he was going to just put him in charge of doing the convention, which he's a heck of a promoter. He's a heck of a salesman, right? And that's what he gets you in with. And then you realize after a while, this is some bullshit. Here's a complete bullshit.
Is he making money off? I mean, is there money exchange in this deal, or is this just? Is this just back and forth on Messenger or something?
That's a lot. I don't know. Unless you can prove it, I never could prove it. But I don't know. I do know that his friendships are pretty intense with vendors, and he's pissed a lot of them off. A lot of the vendors that were big contributors to the U are gone. A lot of the big people, personalities who brought content and were actively putting that content in that group are gone. The UEMCC contributing page is a ghost town. And then look how they just did my boy Jamie, man. Jamie's a full-blown UEMCC dude. Was on the board of directors, was a treasurer. And then all of a sudden Ron makes a dumbass post about Raymond and starts all this nonsense up again, and Jamie's had enough. So he puts in his resignation, right? Puts in his resignation. We ask him, don't do that. Stick with the U. There's a lot of new guys who joined because of Jamie. Jamie puts out a lot of content. It's positive. At least somebody over on that damn group is.
Right.
And then Ron don't like that and Tony don't like it. So guess what? They find a way to get rid of him.
So
what?
But what is Ron doing?
Weren't there minutes shared? The private behind doors minutes, weren't they shared? The conversations within the minutes, wasn't that what he was upset about? At least that's what I heard in his little
Bro, he's so here that works.
Ron is Ron is smart in my opinion. He hides the money trail. That is an opinion, not a fact. That's what Joe Hardy says, that he hides the money trail. But that's just his opinion, not a fact.
Actually, that's right.
Question.
Okay, so they lost what last year, 2017. I thought I saw their return. They lost $13,000 basically. You're taking in $250,000. I know for a fact that they spent a bunch of members' money on the UAMCC to go to BOMA, and other than a few contacts, man, I'm not sure anybody's got any lead from that. That was the big thing. I was going to give all the UAMCC leads, to their contractors. Well, not that I'm aware of anybody's received a lead yet. And it's kind of funny though that Ron oversees the leads being out, right? So he's the one who gets to say, hey, there's a job here, or hey, there's a job there. The whole fact of the matter is, dude, this shit is some messed up crap going on. The president over there has never duly been elected. She was appointed. She happens to be in business with Ron as a consultant, or, out of her mouth, I heard that they were in business together. Now, how can you have an associate director and the president who's never been elected?
You don't trust anybody.
Well, if it's got family in the pressure cleaning business, and the UAMCC or whatever it is spent money to do this BOMA deal, or the trip and everything else, doesn't that seem like a conflict of interest if he's controlling that?
It's a fact. It doesn't matter, dude. Say this BOMA never happened. It's a damn conflict of interest. Like, the president's going to stand up to him when you're in business with somebody? That ain't happening. And nobody around here is stupid enough to think that that's going to be okay. Yeah. The problem is they got 90% of their members are not engaged over there, and the 10% that are complain about it. It's a few who are just happy to be there, which is fine. Do your thing, ignore all the nonsense. But the entire time that the last president, George Worthless Ass Clark, was silent, people asked questions, nothing. There was no communication from the BOD. None. Because they're a bunch of cowards, spineless, worthless ass pussies. Okay? Bullshit. It's just bullshit clear across the board. And now all of a sudden, now that this controversy comes up, suddenly George Clark found his big ass mouth found a way to start talking. Oh wow, there's George. What, dude? When you didn't respond to the membership, who you do answer to, when you don't respond to them, it bans you from ever talking again about anything in a position of leadership. And now you want to come out? Nobody's trying to take over an org. A, it's broke. 2, it's just not that illustrious, no matter what the muskrat tells you. All right. Their membership is down. Their contributing members are down. Their associates are down. Their big vendors that used to donate quite a bit of money are gone. The problem is that you can't keep people. This is the worst part about him. He just doesn't treat people right. You'll see there's a video out there of how he talks to people. I've verbally heard him yell at Christie. I've verbally heard him undress Tony Evans to the point I had to go see if he had a skirt on. I really wasn't too sure what was going on there. I've never heard another man just take that from another man. It's crazy, right?
Right.
They're appointed. So Christie was appointed to the BOD, the at-large, and then she got appointed to the executive board, and then they changed the bylaws, so they had to wait till Christie had her time in. Now she's appointed president. That's just whack, dude. It's whack on every level. And she promised, before I decided to just not renew my membership, she decided to come out and say, hi, I'm your new president. Okay, cool. We're going to have a change. We're going to have clear and open transparency and communication. And you know what? She hasn't said jack shit. It doesn't work. So why would you want to be part of anything like that? There's no value in being a contributing member over there. The only thing that you're going to get is a listing, which a lot of non-members are still listed over there. You're going to get networking with guys that you can network outside of this stupid ass org. And that's it. You ain't getting nothing else.
You get the convention too, right?
You can go to the convention. Everybody can go to the convention, dude. Anybody can. At this point, they'd probably pay you to come to their convention.
I don't know Ron personally, so I'm on the outside looking in on this. So, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not a power watcher, so I'm not really involved in all that he does, so.
And that's fine, man. But I'm just telling you, this is the bad side of them. So you got to take the good with the bad. And so
no, I enjoy the drama. I ever since I joined this group, I've enjoyed the drama because you always get it from that whole organization. It's hilarious.
It's him. I mean,
it's the same thing that happened last year, though. I mean, it blew up right after the convention last year, though. It was like 2 days after the convention, it just went holy snot war, and it was it was fun. It got us through the winter.
See, and that kind of nice. That kind of sucked because before that, dude, there was a feeling of family and camaraderie that couldn't be beat by any other org I've ever been in, and I've been a few.
Joe went down and was a speaker at their convention, and 2 days later he's slamming it. You know, so I mean, something happened in between.
You know, as my little friend Joe likes to give me a bunch of flack, and sometimes rightly so, for not always being where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
In all honesty, during that time period, his opinion flip-flop every damn day. He's in, he's out. He loves it, he hates it. But that's what Ron does to you, dude.
He's opinionated. That's the thing. I mean, it's in his title. I'm opinionated. It's going to change.
No. I'm talking about Ron. I know. Joe's cool as hell, man. Yeah. He's a hoot, man. I love him. I couldn't find a fedora today. I looked. I could not find one.
I mean, Ron has been in our podcast for the last, 2 episodes? Like, it's been.
He actually called in.
Yeah.
He was the first person to ever call in live to the podcast, right?
Think this dude's hilarious.
Am I right about that, TJ?
Yeah.
Dude, he's a trip. I mean, and you know, the thing is, I've seen him incredibly generous, and I've also seen him to the point where he has gone out of his way to, you know, not come right out. Like I was told that once I stepped down from the membership committee, that they'll never come at you head on because they can't, because they're worthless ass pussies. And that includes a whole lot of them. George Clark, Ron, Tony. No, they'll never come after you head on, right? But they come at angles. They try to. Well, Jacob quit. He always says, I hate quitters, and it pisses me off so bad because that stupid fat turd got off of the web committee. He quit that, but I can't tell you how many times he get pissed off at Doug Rucker or some of these other guys. I'm quitting tomorrow. I won't be here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, dude, you didn't really need to call and announce it, right? But the next morning, guess what? Oh, I'm here. I'm ready to help. Well, what is it, dude? Figure this shit out. Let's go one way or the other. What is it? No consistency. And he's a trip. He's generous. He helps guys out and he likes to hide behind that. But the dude really is a narcissistic sociopath. It's just the way it is.
You think that's what he enjoys, is just helping the people out? I mean, is that the situation that he's in? He gets pissed off when people aren't appreciative of the fact. I'm like I said, outside looking in, so I'm playing devil's advocate here.
I think he really likes the feeling of helping people out. I think that I firmly believe that there's part of him that likes doing that. And I know for a fact that he loves to hear the accolades. Like, yes, you have helped me. He likes to keep throwing that back in your face.
That could be why, though. I mean, that some people are like that. They want to help you, but they want to, mafia style. When I help you, you owe me one. You know what I mean?
That is, if you look at the board of directors, in the current state, that's kind of what you got. You got Christy White, who does business with him.
Yeah.
Of course she's going to do what he tells her to. That's just the way she is. I mean, she's a great person. She works hard. Don't think she's got any leadership ability, and she definitely doesn't have a brain or a skull because she'd have left Ron a long time ago.
Yeah.
So you got Tony, who's the vice president, who just does whatever Ron tells him to because he's a spineless piece of shit coward.
So Ron's a don.
So listen here, Tony, by the way, since you only live 30 miles from me, if you've got a problem with what I said, you can take your one-eyed piece of shit ass right on down to my house, or I can come up there and we can get with the program, bro. That's how that works. He's a piece of garbage. He really is. Sorry.
What did he do?
What hasn't he done? All he
I don't know.
Shit about is the title. He wants that title. So come on and give it to me. He told me at one time that would be the greatest honor if he was a president. Think of the club that he'd be in. I have Doug. I have Ron. I have George. What a great club that would be. Dude, the way he talks to people, he's elitist and arrogant, which confuses the living dog shit out of me why he's that way whatsoever, because he's literally the definition of white fucking trash. Sorry, that's the way that it is. You want to act like a big man. You want to lead
we met some white trash in
KC, that's all.
I'm sorry I interrupted you again. But
that's okay.
we met a guy in a parking lot, him and his hillbilly buddy in Kansas City, Missouri, and they had nothing but bad things to say about you, and almost got in a fist fight.
Well, I could probably tell you.
You've probably never heard that story, but it's been talked about on the podcast before.
No, I have an idea who they might be. One bearded and one really fat.
Like red hair with a pot belly.
Red hair with a pot belly. Oh, that'd be Matt Johnson.
I don't know if that's him or not. I don't know. I don't know if that's him. I don't think that's what was his name. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Hey, listen. I'll send you a screenshot of him because I got him on camera.
Oh, that's all right, man.
He almost got slept though. I almost got in a fight in your honor.
You know what? I appreciate that. I'll do the same for you.
Hey, and my buddy Jason almost, and Seth Byers, they almost got their asses whooped. They have no idea how close they came to getting fucking beat up. For real. There's like 3 or 4 of us there that wanted to slap the shit out of him, but it didn't happen. And one of them was big old Josh Schoaf. Big old Josh Schoaf was about to put the big show on him. He was about to put the Suge White on his ass, but he had no idea how close he got to.
Well, that's fine, man. Look,
this conversation is boring, I guess. Well, hey, man, sorry, Thomas. See you later, buddy.
Yeah, we're good, man. I tell you what, if anybody's got a problem, they come see me, but not too many people usually do. Like Joe says in his, they like to run their mouths behind my back. And a lot of keyboard warriors. There's just a huge load of bitches out there. And I don't know what's wrong with some of these newer guys, man. They need to, whatever estrogen pills they're on, they need to man up, right? I think a lot of people think that they can say and do what they want online without ever fear of getting their ass handed to them. Right? So you run your mouth, you talk some shit, and then we see each other at a convention, it's gonna be real awkward for you. Right? And try not to talk crap about other people, but bro, just, come on, man, show some respect. You know what I mean? Oh no, I've got a pussy rubbing my leg. This is nice. Are you a purring pussy? That's my buddy. I can't fart, so not on camera.
I thought that was Tanner doing sound effects.
So maybe some of these guys that are listening don't know, but you know the guy that invented the ledger, correct?
Oh yeah, that's who taught us how to clean glass, man.
It's an amazing.
Jerry Rigdon.
What's his name?
Yep. Jerry
What's
Rigdon.
His name?
Jerry Rigdon.
Jerry Rigdon. Okay.
Yep. All right.
Take it away, man. You guys got questions for Mark, I'm sorry, Jacob. Do you have questions or of Tim? And I'm just gonna let you guys coagulate here.
I got a couple questions, Jacob.
If you can explain first why you have such ruddy cheeks. I'm just curious as to why you have them. I don't know if you're excited just to conversate with me.
Well, yeah. Well, meeting you and speaking with you has just got me excited. What can I say? But I have a question. I'm not in any of these associations for the very reason that you speak of, and anytime any association starts to grow, and I'm not defending Ron. I don't know him. I enjoy his videos because I know TJ and I just love to imitate him. And sometimes someone can be successful in business or in life, and that also creates animosity between others that just talk and start shit, such as where does all the money go and everything else. And I have no idea. But my question to you is that it doesn't sound like there's much benefit to being in this UMACC deal, and it sounds to me that it's just negative bullshit that it's, like Tim said, fun to watch from the outside. But if I was involved in that, I got a hell of a lot better things to do than deal with who's saying what and who's doing what and who the fuck cares about any of that. If you're a pressure washer, go out and sell and fucking make a living and feed your family and make the world a cleaner place. But holy shit, all this stuff you're talking about here is like stepping in a wad of gum. You just can't fucking get rid of it. Fucking move on. I mean,
right. but you have to understand something. The UAMC is designed to pull new members in, young people like just starting out. So when you go to Google or you go to look for what's new in the industry, so say I wanted to become, I've been a window cleaner for 26 years now or something like that. And I want to get into pressure washing and say I don't know anything about it. I Google it and there's the UAMCC. Well, that's what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for information. I'm looking on how to do this, what it all entails to get into it. And then I got this guy, you know, reaching out. Hey, what's going on? Just give me I mean, he's a great salesman. So the UMCC I refer to it as kindergarten. Yeah. So if you're just getting into the business, an org like that definitely has benefit to you. Now, you realize real quick that why the recess is fun and why lunch is fun, you're not really learning anything but the basics there. And if you want to scale your business, and if you want to grow your business, the people that originally could have taught you that are gone. Yeah. They're over at Spray Wash Academy.
Yeah, right? They're done with it.
They're done with it. They're not coming back. Yeah. You know, it's ran its course. You know, unfortunately, the arrogance and the control that they had to have, Tony and Ron, it ruined that damn organization. At one time, it was a great like I said, before that convention, before it all went south, dude, I was proud to be part of that organization, right? For me, it helped me more than like IWCA or the WCO or any of that jazz, man. Well, I mean, that's the org I came in on, and it helps me. And now I stuck around to help guys because all the new guys need help, man. And what they don't need to be is manipulated and lied to.
Yeah, but you know what, Jacob? It sounds to me that like the guys that were there when you started out and you appreciated their help, it sounds to me that your membership with them has run its course. It's time for you to move on and just leave it behind. And if someone reaches out to you, I'm sure you'll help them out and mentor them. You know, that's the whole key. Is it's obvious that the people in the UAMC is looking to mentor people, and that's all a good thing. But I don't know, and everything I see about it is negative drama. You know what I mean? And I just don't see a benefit to any of that.
What was personally. The new video?
Hey, Thomas Campbell has a really important question. He wants to know how slow it is for Tim.
What's slow? Oh, right now in this season, I'm actually finishing up. We've got about a week and a half left of houses and probably about 30 gutters on the list. But we're doing also condo cleanings and stuff. That's what we did today. But other than that, I mean, they're still calling in. So it looks like we're at least going to the first of the year. But that's it. And then
can you hear this pussy purr? Yeah. You're my precious. My precious.
So, is Ron not building a power washing thing? Where like a training site? And didn't I just see that video?
I think somebody said he was doing that. It's going to be free. I think he said free about 100 million times.
I mean, is that a way to make profit in the end, or do you think he's just doing it to be a mentor?
Oh, bro, he's always got an agenda. He's always got an agenda.
Everybody wants to make money. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Everybody wants to make money. You know what I mean?
Trust me, if he's doing it out of the goodness of his heart, you're going to pay for it one way or another.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So if he wants to train, he wants to train. I don't know what his end game is, man.
Maybe he gets a percentage for a few years. Who knows?
Probably.
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad deal to get into, especially for us older guys, you know?
Here's the thing. He's a great instructor, right? I mean, that's one of the things that actually draws you to him. Right. He's educated and he knows what he's doing.
Right.
It's all the other bullshit that goes with it. And it's just enough. It's enough. Just stop. Go away. Do your thing. Just stop fucking with people, man. Stop it. There's no need for it. Right. It's just, at this point, like I had lunch with a new member for the UMCC. I'm not going to tell him not to stay in there. But I wouldn't tell anybody ever again to ever join that org. Not one.
You guys got some balls. We're having a conversation about Ron.
I can't say anything, so I don't really care. I mean, it's just the way it is. I'm going to tell everybody this. I would not join that org. I'd stay away from it. It's toxic. The leadership is like a headless horse. They don't know where they're going. They don't wait till they get their instructions from Ron. They need to grow a set, all of them, every last one of them.
Well, he's kind of hired in as that person, the divisor, though, right? Is that not his title? Am I misinformed about
no,
videos?
No.
Does he not have a position? Because that's what I kind of got from how he got the notes or what was said in the thing, is because he's kind of an advisor for the board. So
okay,
he would get.
You can be an advisor, but at that point in time in the BOD group, they all signed that confidentiality agreement, which is beyond me why in a nonprofit you're actually going to need a confidentiality agreement. Yeah. I mean, what are you afraid of seeing? Like Alex Hennessy, the executive director, resigned, and they didn't bother telling membership anything about it.
Yeah.
How does that work? He is the person that runs the org. He has the final say. He doesn't work there anymore, and you conveniently freaking forget to announce that to membership. It's the lack of transparency. It's the lack of just any kind of communication whatsoever. And it comes out again as elitist and arrogant, which is one-eyed candy butt luck. That's his doing. They have that expression, if you're not with us, you're against us. What kind of crap is that? We're not fighting each other. You can either just be transparent and remember that we elected you. No, we didn't. I guess we didn't elect you, but you found your way there. You're appointed.
Jacob, are there salaried people within this organization, people drawing paychecks out of it?
From what I understand, only when they had the office, which disappeared and nobody will speak to why it's gone.
Uh-huh.
I believe that Alex was drawing a paycheck, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't pay him a lot. I think it was more for the learning. I mean, he was coached by Ron in the Little League, so again, he's in a position that Ron has some kind of sway in. And the weird thing is, man, is Ron said he hadn't been to that office but maybe 10 times in 2 years. But every time a video was made, it came from the office where Ron was at. And they made a lot of videos, bro. Every time I talk to him, I'm headed to the office. Just call me in and I'll get to the office. So obviously you've been to that location more than 10 times in 2 years. It's simple, stupid stuff like that. There's no need to lie about.
Yeah.
I asked Tony one time, I said, because I brought up a lie that he made when he had promised Josh Pitts a position and lied about something. And I just told him, I said, how do you take away the secretary's position? So that Josh, well, we're not going to do that right now. And then I asked Tony, I said, well, dude, we got him on the phone, both of us. Well, he talks to a lot of people and he can't remember sometimes what he says. But I don't think he's sneaky like a fox, man. He's very good at making sure things go his way. I've never seen any better, man, and I've seen a lot of people. But that's the kind of thing
someone
that
else,
does.
I don't mean to interrupt you, sorry. Someone else has got a question. Kevin Olson wants to know, Tim, he's got 30 eaves on houses to do. His problem is in Canada where he is, the gutters are frozen up.
Yeah, you just kind of, I get them when we have thaw days. I mean, this week we get to do some gutters, and that's pretty much it. If not, I mean, we get a deep freeze in January, and we don't come out of it until March or April, so those gutters pretty much aren't get done. Some guys will go out and chisel, and some guys have got some really cool techniques. I think the coolest technique I've seen so far is the pantyhose. Who told me that? Was that one of you guys, or was that?
No, I don't wear a pantyhose.
Yeah, it's pantyhose with the rock salt in it, the hot stuff, the salt, and you just keep putting them ahead of you, and it'll melt the ice as you go, and you can take them out that way if you really want to get them done.
Man, y'all go through a whole lot to make a buck around there, huh?
Oh, it's just cold right now. I mean, it's nice. Yeah. It's starting to warm up. It's actually warmer now tonight than it was this morning. So we're getting warm up right now.
You're going to get real nice weather this weekend. I think we're supposed to do like 46 on Saturday and Sunday, which, by the way, officially in Iowa, if it passes 45, you can wear your summer festive gear, which for us entails sombreros, tube tops, man thong, and flip flops.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, it's not been cold enough for that yet.
Yeah, that's a bad mental image. I apologize. Just for Mark, though. I know.
So, Jacob, is your business now primarily pressure washing, or is it more window cleaning than pressure washing?
Oh man, I'm more primarily soft wash and pressure washing than I am window cleaning.
Really? And you've been washing windows for 20-something years.
I tell you right now, man, if I knew how to do this when Jerry offered me the job, or if I could pressure wash, I'd have no idea how to turn a squeegee, brother. The money is so much more lucrative. While, if you build a commercial route, even better, you have crazy regular money, but the soft washing, I've washed some really cool projects this year. I never would have had the ability or the confidence to even think about. And I've made a lot of money in a short amount of time.
That's what
thing. Which sucks because, the coolness, I remember the very first time I had $1,000 day washing windows, and it was all day, and it was a long day, but dude, I felt like I was on top of the world. And I've been chasing that feeling ever since, man. So, we signed with a property manager who oversees like 1,200 commercial properties and 2,500 residential properties. And that's when you start seeing on the pictures we post about rust removal and that type of thing. And a lot of strip malls, we do the windows every month on now for them. And, it's been a journey, man, but I really I thought I like window cleaning. But soft washing to me is amazing because you can take a house that looks like trash, and on my Facebook we have a bunch of those push there, and 5 minutes later, bro, it's completely clean. The people are losing their mind, and that's just the best feeling in the world because, like that rust removal job that I did, he told me, he goes, well, we've had a lift, we tried everything else, we can't get it clean. And I'm like, okay, well, give me 15 minutes. And he goes, there's no way. He's actually literally left the job site where he goes, I'll be back from the downtown office in about 4 hours and you'll still be here. 15 minutes later, I sent him an after picture and he lost his mind. And then from there, we do all his rust removal. We do his graffiti removal. And the nice thing is they talk to other people, other property managers. And that's been a big thing for us this year. But I would love to do pressure washing full time, but I still have to clean windows because you still have the clients that, you gotta take care of. They've been good to you. You've been doing them for forever and 5 days. And it's still profitable. When we go to a house, I would hate to leave money on the table by soft washing, but not taking care of their window cleaning. Right. So if I can make that ticket another $200 to $1,000 while I'm still there, I already have set expenses for being there. So you might as well add to that ticket. And that's the one thing I love about both of them. On top of which, you do a lot of places for window cleaning. And then if you let them know that you do power washing, they already trust you because you've been a vendor and you're reliable and you show up, or else they wouldn't have kept you, right? So the more the work that you can do for them, again, you're there. Make that ticket, make that ticket bigger.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'll agree with a lot of that. I can tell you this, that I don't know how your market is out in the cornfields out there, but in South Florida, because we're a humid climate and we grow a lot of mold and mildew and stuff like that. Over the last 7 to 10 years, pressure washing and soft washing has exploded as big as lawn services, meaning sitting at a red light, you'll see at least one lawn trailer or a big pressure washing cab over truck sitting there. And that, in my neighborhood, has just tanked the market to where they're charging 5, 7, 10 cents a square foot to walk roofs. And I'm not into it, and it's unfortunate. I've seen guys that have more diamond plate on their soft wash truck than a fire engine, and they've got 3 guys sitting in the truck. They've probably got, when you're talking about not only soft wash, I saw a rig that had 4 big Honda machines across the back of it, hose reels all down the side of it, a 500-gallon chem tank, a 500-gallon water tank, on a brand new truck full of diamond plate. He had to have $150,000 to $200,000 in this thing, and he's out doing sidewalks in communities for 5 to 7 cents a square foot. So how he plans to make a living and pay for that? Well, he's a better man, a better businessman than I ever am. And that's what's just happening here. So it's quite the opposite when it comes to that, because when the recession, when people started losing jobs and things got tight many years ago, you got a lot of startup businesses, which some of them are still around, to where painters were pressure cleaning on the side and handyman were pressure cleaning on the side, and detail guys we have a lot of detail guys that drag a trailer around with a small generator and a pressure washer, and they became a pressure washer. And yeah, Jacob, they can't do it as fast as efficient or possibly as good as you, but at the end of the day, they're doing it for less. So customers don't give a shit. If you do a job in 2 hours for $300 and this guy shows up for $250 and it takes him 8, they don't care. At the end of the day, it better be clean. And that's just what I saw happening in my market, which is, it's just amazing.
Well, a couple things I'll tell you. From what I hear, I agree with that, I guess, from everything that I see and hear from down there. But two things. The market will always correct itself, right? So you're going to have these guys. It only takes one lawsuit, right?
Yeah, and I'm telling you, we're 25 years into a window cleaning war here in town, and it's just now correcting itself.
Dude, you live in Ohio. Ohio sucks. Come on, man. I'm just kidding. But here's the other thing you got to remember. How you market to your clients is important. I'm not after, like, we have fish window cleaning in Cedar Rapids, where I work. Now, the fish window cleaning in Quincy, Alex Bennett is a top-notch dude. He's got his stuff together. He bids right. But up there, they will cut your prices by half, if not, 75%. But the problem is it only takes one time, one experience for that store or that individual that runs that store to get burned. And then they're like, you know what? I never burn a bridge. I will stop back. I start seeing like crap, stop in and say, hey, how's it going? But people get a bad taste in their mouth and they're not coming back, which has screwed me kind of a little bit because they became really good friends with some of these guys I've been friends with for 10, 20 years. But I'm going to tell you, my clients, I make my clients feel good. I'm always trying to say hello. Even the new work we're getting, we've had a pretty good week, this week already as far as adding new route work. It's just a blast. A lot of guys aren't showing up and it works that way. But the idea behind it is, I'm not looking for price kickers, Groupon people. I've never done Groupon, had no interest whatsoever because there's no loyalty there. Yeah. People, believe it or not, people will pay extra money to have you come and clean their stuff. They don't always go with the lowest one. Our market, where I live now in Fairfield, we had to purchase that business from the window cleaner who'd been here for 25 years. People are like, well, he's always done it. Well, he doesn't show up. Yeah, but he'll be here when he gets here. It's that small town mentality and loyalty. You switch it up and you go to the city. And if you're not good, they don't keep you, bro. You don't show up, they don't keep you. And rightly so. That's the way it should be. But for the most part, they're loyal. If you do a good service, and as long as you're not, like $100 higher than somebody on a $150 job, you got the business, man. Of course, you're always going to have, like with commercial window cleaning, you know how it is. Management comes and goes, and managers come and go. So I always try to keep a good relationship, not only with the manager, but the assistant manager, the greeter, because you just never know. Those people might get the management position at some point with a store within the area you service. Or they might become the manager of that store, right? So that's important. I treat everybody with respect.
JW says Fish is a good window cleaning company. Here's the problem with Fish is they sell zip codes, because we have 2 franchises here, and the one on the west side is really good. They're a top-notch company. They do really good work. They keep the market at the market rate. And the one on the east is struggling, and so she's cutthroating and getting a bad name and doing all that. Problem is he can't come over on the East End and do that work. So, it kind of hurts him, and it hurts any of the franchises when you're weaker links in your area, if that makes sense.
It does. She's got to meet quota. She's got to meet quota.
Right.
Otherwise, she loses whatever she paid, and chances are it's it starts about $25,000. That's a lot of money to lose.
It's more than that. She's probably, I know she's
40. I think it's like 40.
Yeah, she's all in probably at 6 figures. I wouldn't doubt. You know what I mean? Because she's trying to get out from under it for $250. She's had it up on Craig's. She's trying to get out from under it, and she's only been in it a year. So, she got in over her head, didn't realize what it was and what she had to do to build this franchise. And I think that's just the only issue.
She's only got one option.
Yeah. She either does it or she fails.
Yeah, so that's where a lot of that desperation comes, man.
Right.
The kid that I had lunch with today, man, I admire him. I find that he has something that's sadly lacking in a lot of people who want to do entrepreneurial things, right? they lack it. It's not that they have desire, but that desire, you can have desire, but if you don't have any action, like you don't start hustling, not much is going to happen. I get asked all the time, how do you get your work? Whether it's pressure washing, window cleaning. And I always tell people, I go talk to them. I asked another kid one time, how do you get your work? Well, I got a website, but my phone isn't ringing. Well, no crap, son. That's just one of the cogs you got to put into the wheel to make that wheel go round. Get after it, man. Get after it. Get out there, hustle, talk to people. There is no substitute. And a lot of young kids don't know how to do this. There's no substitute for face-to-face interaction.
You know, it's almost more cost effective because if you're not into the right things online, if you're not paying the right people, like if I'm paying Angie's List and not the BBC or whatever it is, BBB, then BBB's not going to give a shit about what ratings I'm getting over there. You know what I mean?
No.
But Angie's List is going to get rid of all your bad ratings and do all that, if that makes sense. But if you're paying Better Business Bureau and you're not paying Angie's List, it's vice versa. They're going to get rid of all your bad ratings. And, I mean, it's just where you want to disperse your money. And it's just and you're right, out there with door hangers, and we're not, for one, if you're just starting a business and you're a one-man crew, you don't have to spend all your money on all this stuff. Get out there with door hangers.
I never spent a dime on any of it.
Yeah.
I never spent a dime.
I never have. I used to put it in the phone book like a long time ago, but now everything gets word of mouth. And
Right.
literally all the new work that I am getting is because I went and knocked on your door.
Yeah.
I introduced myself. I said hello. And guess what? You may not get it right away, but if you do follow-ups, if you do your due diligence and keeping an eye on stuff, and you are personable, I always tell the new guys, listen, if you get somebody started on what's wrong, they will generally sell themselves on whatever you're doing. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. And too many people are running that big ass mouth and not opening their big elephant ears.
Right.
Yeah. Listen to your customer. They'll tell you what's wrong, what they expect, what they want, and you can just sell them accordingly. It's not that hard.
If you're building a company, if you filled up a slot to where you need to build other ways than just door hangers, I mean, and you want to build a huge, then you invest in all these things. Angie's List was just a bad taste in my mouth, man. I did really well off of them for 3 years, and then they got me in the end. And all these companies are always going to get you in. They're all about making money for them. They're not worried about you.
Well, they're not calling you because they're trying to do you a favor. I mean, you got Home Advisor. Some of these guys are paying $45 for a lead that 4 other dudes get.
Right.
I mean, that's not a way to build a sustainable business. I always tell people, get out, do your face-to-face sales to begin with. I don't use door hangers. I use a card. I'm going to knock. I'm going to say hello. I'm going to build that commercial route first so I have money coming in. So once I have steady money coming in, then I can go after all these other people. I might join the Chamber of Commerce. You know, I might start doing Google, whatever. That's how it works. But I've never seen too many guys that are successful just by having a website and doing that other type of thing. You got to get out and hustle. No substitute for the hustle, bro. And it sucks some days, man. I'm going to tell you, when I was younger, and I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but I'll keep it real. I would travel an hour and a half one way to Cedar Rapids from my house. Now, I had next to no money for gas, and I'm like, I'm just going to get out there and get it. I would get 1 or 2 cards dropped off, and I got no, and then I freak out, and I turn around and drive all the way home for that day.
That's a powerful word, man. You gotta push through that word.
It sucks. No is a positive word too, because you know what? Like I told Brad today, it's just a numbers game. You know what? Out of 10. And so what I did is I take 10 business cards, and I take one of those little flyer clips, and I batch 10 cards together, because if I'm going out bidding, I don't give a damn what the first 10 people tell me. I just got to get through those 10 cards. So as long as I tried and I bring it and I'm not pussying out like I used to, I'm going to have good results. And I tell you, 1 out of 10, 99% of the time, I'm going to get at least one job. And oh my God, if I get a job, it's on like Donkey Kong, because I want to see how many I can get. Right. The first sale is all you need. And they say, yes, dude, that's a high I keep chasing to this day.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But then you look back and you're like, well, holy crap, look how much we added this week or this month. You know, set your goals. And I had a guy who told me one time, he goes, see where you want to be in 2 years and work your way back to where you are today. And then keep yourself accountable. You know, we talk about accountability. I'm grossly unaccountable to anybody, which is terrible. And I'm like, hopefully I can take steps to change that. But these guys, I mean, dude, I've been where I've slept in my van, right? I didn't have a place to stay. I've been there, and I don't ever want to go back to that. Every noise you hear outside, oh my God, is that the power company shutting my power off? How do I explain this to my kids? How do I explain this to my wife that I'm a worthless ass piece of shit who only dropped 2 cards off and I drove 3 hours round trip?
That family thing's motivation, man.
It is. I mean,
that's more motivation than eating. Going home to the wife and being disappointed, I hate that.
That's pretty close to eating though, bro. The steaks are good. I don't always want to eat, ramen noodles, right?
Right.
Kids deserve better. Hell, you deserve better.
Right.
It's just, I wish the old, the current me could go back to the young me and beat the hell out of them. I was irresponsible, dude. I used to go hunting and fishing and tell my wife I was out working, which I wasn't. I mean, it's terrible. I was like, anything to have fun. I hadn't quite grown up, I mean, I wish I'd have been a little more serious. I wish, I've sold literally millions of dollars worth of window cleaning over my time. I wish I'd held on to my route. I wish I'd known about this.
Someone wants to know if you know anything about Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
I figured that would come up, so I have a prepared statement.
Oh.
While I do not currently believe in Bigfoot, I do believe there's a highly probable chance that Sasquatch lives somewhere. I've been to squatchy areas before, and I'm sure somewhere he's in there. And no, I don't believe in aliens. I've never been probed. Well, at least not that I haven't gone into a doctor's office for. And no, I'm not currently laying over the bed, although I was earlier. I think that's why my bad reception came. But no, I don't believe in Bigfoot. But
Seth Byers wants to know if you do route power washing, and if so, how do you go about getting it?
Okay, so this is where I get to give credit to Ron. He taught me how to create a commercial route, and yes, we do. So
do you do any Walgreens? You know any Walgreens? Yeah.
Not anymore, no. No, okay. We, I hate Walgreens. Quit grinning, jackasses. They suck. Don't do Walmart. I don't do Walgreens. They're terrible. But we do restaurants. I have a monthly route that I do with restaurants. Where we'll do the sidewalks and the back dumpster pad and that type of area. How I sell them on that is it's safety
Joseph
for their
Henry
employees.
Hardy wants to know if you believe in Jesus.
I do, actually. Yes. I do.
Good. See?
Muhammad, no. Do I believe in the Tooth Fairy?
Muhammad, come on.
No, I don't believe in Muhammad. I believe there's one Lord. So let's keep it out of that.
Lord. Muhammad always came out as a prophet, though.
No, I'm sorry. That's not what I believe. So you can believe it. Look at you grinning. You're a shit-eating ticker, aren't you? So back to the question that my bearded baby says. I love you, Seth, by the way. That's a shout out to you, homeboy. I like to, that's one of the things because that money's consistent. So I build routes with restaurants. I build routes with bank drive-thrus, which is really my forte. I really like that a lot. I do them, we do them everywhere from quarterly to twice a year to 3 times a year. And the nice thing about that is with banks, it'll lead to window cleaning. It leads to stop washing the banks, and their drive-thrus are always nasty, right? So if you sell that curb appeal, man, and you're in like Flynn. The other thing is all these branch managers talk amongst themselves, whether they're in the same bank or not. They kind of hang out and do stuff socially with each other. It's kind of like they're on that level. Kind of like district managers from different like stores or chains hang out. They all know one another.
Well, they all get together usually once a month for manager meetings.
Yep. And regional managers all know one another, and they talk amongst themselves. So if you get a good reputation, you do a good job, chances are that if they're, say, like Target's looking for somebody, and the Target regional manager's hanging out with the Walmart regional manager, those two talk, you're going to get a call from Walmart. It goes for every, whatever level these people are on. So, and that's why I'm trying to be nice to all of them all the time. But yeah, I do like my commercial power washing route. It's reliable money. Even if the The illustrious vice president is trying to lowball me on my power washing. Isn't that nice of him? Yeah. So after what I worked hard for, jackwagging. So, any other questions, gentlemen? Anything you want to know, Mark?
No, I think it's very informative, and so we learned stay clear of the UMACC, and you don't believe in Bigfoot. That's cool. And,
he does believe in Jesus, though.
Yeah, and you hey,
oh,
hey,
hey,
that's sexy, Stone Beach.
I want to talk to Jacob for a minute. Y'all mind?
Absolutely, go ahead there, Big J.
Hijack your show. Hey, Jacob, what's going on, bud?
What's up, pimp?
No, this ain't Tim. This is Joe.
I said pimp.
Oh,
you need to stop smoking. They got too much smoke in your ears.
I understand, man. And look, I'm a fan of yours and everything, but I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. These guys got to liven this thing up, and you put some people to sleep over there, so we got to get something going. So let's talk about something good real quick, if you don't mind, okay? What are you going to do tomorrow when Tony comes up there and whips your ass?
Well, I'll probably crap my pants first because he's a very intimidating individual. If he comes with his brood of half-wits, then it's going to be even more entertainment. But I'll probably cry a little bit, honestly. I'll probably get in the fetal position, suck my thumb, and
will you film it so we can put it on the YouTube channel for?
Oh, I'm sure they will. I mean, I don't know. What am I supposed to do, dude? The dude likes to run his mouth. He likes to act like a jackass online. But when you see him in public,
I ain't gonna have you talk about my buddy like that. Now, let me tell you something. Tony's a cool dude now. That ain't right.
Okay, kids, clever. You're a fucking idiot if you believe that.
What are you trying to say, man? Tony ain't done nothing to you.
You heard me loud and clear, Joe. I know your hillbilly ass can hear that shit. Hey, you know full well, dude. Listen, there's a reason that you're the second most hated individual in the entire industry.
Wait a second, who's the first?
Tony. It's the first is Ron, you know.
So Ron, listen, you're telling me that Ron's hated more than me?
Nobody hates you. Cut it out of here, man. We just think some of the shit you do is retarded before you figured it out. Did I or did I not tell you when you took over the same position I had?
Stripping.
Oh my God! Look at the man shit, dude.
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
What the?
Hey, Joe,
what the fuck
you could probably cut glass with those nipples, buddy.
Probably could. I'm thinking, Jacob. I have a list of tattoos on my arm here. I'm putting Ron's name right here. What do you think about that?
Does anybody else see the half-naked man on the screen?
Yeah, well, he might be fully naked. He's sitting down. Hey, Joe.
With the fedora. This is what the ladies see. This is their last sight right here. With the fedora.
That fedora. That's
isn't it? Hey, that's
a feather in that fedora. You could take that feather out and just feather your nipples and your chest there.
Ask the question. What is going on with T Squeegee? We ain't heard nothing out of him tonight. Did you threaten him before you come on, Jacob, or what's going on?
I'm just letting the fellas talk, man.
Well, we gotta hear from you. We got fans.
I understand.
I don't ever do that. So.
I might have the. I might talk over people too much.
Oh, bull.
Come on, big fella. Yeah, you're in a funky mood. We couldn't get it going on time.
Well, I figure I'd let you do your UMACC thing.
You know what? I've decided that in 2019, I'm done discussing or talking with them clowns. There's nothing. It's run by a pitiful sack of nitwits. I mean, to be quite honest with you, dude, I don't think any of them has the mental ability to be in the positions they're in. Rick Atkins is a nice guy. I like Rick a lot, but when people were looking for answers, he did what he was told. He stood down. There were no answers given. So, in my opinion, that makes you all bitches. And when it comes to you wanting to find your voice like bitch boy George Clark, nah, keep it quiet, man. We don't want to hear from you. Nobody gives a shit what you think. Go back to Ron, get on the side pocket, play whatever you're going to play with him, and get on with it. We don't care. We just don't care. Let them go. Hey, look, I let them go do their thing. I just don't give a damn. The best thing you could do for Ron is make him irrelevant. He's a narcissist. He loves to hear his own voice. Hey, everybody, you ready for this? No, dude, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I don't care. Go away.
Well, you kind of
have you been drinking
too, so I mean, there's that.
I don't call you at 3 in the morning just to see what's up.
You kind of talk a lot, though.
I do. I like it. Not only do I like to talk a lot, son, I like to dance. You ever seen a fat man dance?
No,
you like to dance? Jacob, when did you show up at one of the events? Actually show up.
I don't know, man. I have this thing.
This is where I was hurt. I went all the way to Kansas City, Missouri. Perry Kay called me up and asked me to go out there, and I said, no, I'm not going. And then all of a sudden I heard Jacob Dell was going. I'm like, I gotta go. I flew all the way out there, and I didn't see you. Promised us you were coming.
You know, I'll tell you like this, Joe. I was good to go until I knew you were coming. I can't compete with how bright your star is. You are just an amazing.
Not everybody can do that.
Honestly, I got into the fetal position out of fear. And I don't know that, or I'm going to go with maybe this one will work. I've got social anxiety and I can't really be around people too much. People scare me. I don't interact with the public very well. I've been known to just start whimpering, and they think I'm having like a seizure or something. But really what it is I'm just a huge bitch. I don't like people because if I was going to go down there, he's going to try to sell me something, and I don't like being sold, and I'm sure his products suck. I don't know because I own a lot of it, but, I don't know, man. I really am terrible at planning. But this year I made a commitment to maybe getting out a little bit more. You'll see me when you see the whites of my eyes, player.
Sounds good.
So, but I am scared. I'm scared of high rollers. You know, I don't know. Wow.
Who the hell is pissing on the show?
At least it's not a fart this time.
So, hey.
Come on.
How's the new channel doing, Joe?
It's been a little bit difficult, honestly, with the new channel. I think it's going to take a little bit of transition. I think I got the same crowd that I've always had. I did see a little bit of a drop.
What is that?
You guys having a phone call? I don't know what's going on. Oh. Here we go again. Wow. Oh, this is definitely a shit show now, isn't it? It was bad before.
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, sounds like he's yanking his crank. Got to put some oil on that, old man. I don't know. What events are we all thinking about going to next year? What do we have coming up on the list? Does anybody know?
I'm waiting for Ron to announce them.
Jamie Schmidt said that Joe better watch out. Tony said he's coming for you also. You're also a bitch.
I understand. Hey, I think sexy. Wait a second. I think you all be saying Seth Byers, sexiest man in window cleaning. Let me tell you something. Seth Byers don't have nothing on Tony Evans. Let me tell you something. I could wrap my arms around that boy. I tell you what.
Well, let me ask you this, Joseph. While you're wrapping your arms around Tony, does he ever pop his glass eye out and roll it on your little bald head?
Now see, I could wrap my arms around him. I didn't say I ever did. That's wrong. Now, don't accuse the man of something. He don't.
I gotta look this dude up.
Dude, he's fat just like I'm fat. You ain't gonna get your arms around nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Boy, if you come up and rub my belly too, you get free wishes. So use them wisely.
Is that it?
I don't know, man. Depends on what you're bringing for booze. I'm just not an easy date, man. You know, I like to eat, so buy me something. Tell me I'm pretty. Oh my God.
That's why I love this channel. You can get on here and say anything and do anything and get away with it. I love it. I love it. You guys have
I don't know if you'll get away with it.
I'm calling
out Joseph Henry Hardy. You tape that?
That's Rod Musgraves, and I'm calling out Joseph Henry Hardy.
Wow. Oh my God. It's about right. Gotta get a little more aggressive with that, Teej.
That's Rod Musgraves, and I'm calling out Joseph Henry Hardy.
Oh my God, you guys are insane.
That's Rod Musgraves, and I'm calling out Joseph Henry Hardy.
Hey, Joe, I think someone's trying to talk to you, buddy.
I hear him back there, but he won't. I mean, he just keeps repeating himself. I mean, what you want to talk about, Ron?
Joe, you got to make your videos a little bit longer.
I understand. But if you remember, I made my videos longer at one point, and then you were talking about you were going to get a divorce and all that, and that wasn't good, so I had to cut them back for your marriage.
Average 4 to 5 minutes. By the time I get my cock out of my pants, get it hardened up, and start to rub it on it, your video ends.
I understand. I have that effect on people. I can't. Sorry. Ron, you should have concentrated more like I did.
Oh my God.
Just add another 2 minutes to the goddamn video. Let me finish my job.
Hey, Jacob, you gonna let this man talk to me like this?
Come on.
That?
I thought we were cool and everything.
Oh.
Oh my God. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I figure that, you like the abuse, and at some point we're gonna get this thing straightened out.
What thing straightened out?
Show's off the rails, man. I need a vacation. No, I don't know, man. I tell you what, he can do what he wants. He's gonna do whatever he wants anyway. He doesn't give a damn about what anybody else thinks. So we're gonna just let it go. That's why I said, man, we're done with it. Everybody else should be done with it. It's just a shit show.
You said 2019. We got like 19 days or 20 days or something like that. We got plenty of time.
Well, we got plenty of time. You're right, man. But I tell you what.
Why get rid of the show this early? It's kind of entertaining.
I don't know, man. It's like it's constant with that crew, man. I mean, honestly, it's just constantly nonsense. I mean, honestly, it just doesn't ever stop. It repeats itself every year, almost like clockwork. So this time next year, if there's anybody around, it should be fun and exciting, but I don't, I'm sure he's going to have to find somebody. Oh my goodness, man. Look at, I hope everybody's having a great day. I got a buddy calling me in too. Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite videos that he's ever done. He just gets right with the program.
I like that.
What are you gonna do?
Jacob, are you?
Answer him, Jacob. That's rude. Why aren't you answering him?
Are you still a fan of mine? Do you still watch my videos and stuff like that? Because I haven't seen you comment on anything for a while, and I thought, cool.
To be honest, I would have loved to have been in an Gunslinger thing, but honestly, I haven't been too much on Facebook trying to get stuff going. Yeah. I'm trying to push it out, man. It's tough sometimes.
Hey, I'll be right back, okay?
Thank you for the warning.
So, Jacob, what is the relationship between you and Joe? I'm sensing a little tension here. I don't really pay enough attention between.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Is it just a bunch of bullshit?
Yeah, we can have it. Him and I are good, man. Him and I are good.
Yeah.
When I first, we weren't at first. I thought you were an arrogant little cuss. And I'm like, who in the hell is this guy? Just roll up in
Joe,
here.
Joe, you didn't go far enough. We can't talk about you if you can hear us.
Oh, I'll be right back. I'm coming. Give me just a second.
He's probably taking a leak. He's old.
Joe, you can't bring old Ron Musgraves into this conversation. Oh, my God.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, my God.
Fantastic.
Fucking Mark, look what you did.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's definitely a mini. That's a mini, not a pro.
Oh,
If you show up to one of my classes with a pro, I'll let you in free. I got this new facility. I just bought it. You see this? It's expansive. And we can only fit pros in here. No minis, just pros. And Joe knows he doesn't have a pro. He's got a mini.
Oh, my God.
It's Ron Musgrave. Jacob Dell.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
How dare you speak to me? I couldn't get through. My fiber is backed up.
Probably. Probably. That's why.
But I do have to get off of here now. I've got 5 seconds of Joe with his mini on camera. That's what I was looking for. We're going to be selling parking lots tomorrow. I have this new facility. It's got 3 parking lots in it. I'm going to try to sell them to unsuspecting buyers. I'm going to install fiber first, of course. You need fiber everywhere. My favorite is Metamucil. But Jacob, I will be seeing you soon. You need to upgrade to fiber and get on the podcast a little sooner. Thanks.
Hey, John, I'm going to let y'all get back to it. I'm going to get off here. I got some other engagements to get to. I appreciate y'all having me on. Great show. I'll talk to you later on.
That's a fucking that's a lie, Joe, but see you later. You have nothing else to do.
He's probably going to have to go get all his clothes off. He's just, what a firecracker, dude. He is such a hoot.
I think, honestly, I think he's going to go try to find his penis.
That's got to be the thumbnail, bro.
Oh, my goodness. Well, this is great. Wow. Hey, you know what? I bet he's probably hung like a horse. It's usually the weird small dudes, that just, the Riri, they didn't get the smarts, but they got the goods, and if you see a bunch of chicks hanging on a Riri, they're going to make them tard happy, so.
Oh my.
It's just, yeah, it's all good, man. That's probably.
Well, it was, awesome having you on and listen to you talk.
I'm weighing in. I am the associate director of the UMCC.
UMCC?
I'm getting a very special phone call right now.
On my own page, not on the contributing member page, not on the.
Oh, he's all sorts of sad today, isn't he? Well, should have got out of the game a couple years ago.
Yeah, nobody's. You got. If anyone's got a question here before we wrap up, let me know in the comments here.
I
Jacob,
can't see any comments. I wish I could.
Well, Jacob, if you want to sign out, we understand. I know I'm ready for bed too after that. So
I am too. Are you going to come to bed soon, or are you going to be a few more minutes?
Yeah, I'll be a few more minutes.
Just double checking. Mark might come over after his wife left him out of the house.
Put that little pink number on.
Boom, chicka, wow.
Hey, and you know what I like, so make that Ohio State crap on it.
Hey, more importantly, hey TJ, I guess any of us can do it. Is there a possibility that we could somehow screenshot that?
Joseph in his underwear. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Get Joseph Henry Hardy's root and turn it into a
You guys are too much, man.
He's going to wake up tomorrow going, man, I drank way too much and gave these guys way too much ammo all at one time.
I think that it's probably in Joe's best interest to come clean on the next podcast or on the Joe Blows videos and explain that he was actually taped and tucked before he came out.
Oh man,
he's got a big wiry bush too. He's got a big, he's got a big wiry bush too.
He got a robin's egg stuck in the nest.
I wonder if it's got a mini fedora.
It probably does. That was cool.
It is cold in North Carolina.
Joe's like, man, now I got to go back and put my dress shirt on and clean up my image for JoeKnows.com. If anyone wants to know who that was Joseph Henry Hardy, and he's got a website called JoeKnows.com, and then he's got a webpage on Facebook, Joe Knows Stuff. Check him out, man. Joe is a high-rise window cleaner, pressure washer, do-it-all kind of guy. Joe's been doing it quite a while.
Those good people.
Joe's good people.
Yeah.
He runs a property management company. They do everything, you know.
I'm pretty sure he runs a brothel too, doesn't he?
He wants to, but you just ruined it.
Well, you know, I'm just recruiting for him. I mean, any classy hoes out there. Earlier today,
going on an hour, bro.
Yeah, he's
having a problem getting dates.
He's also talking about opening a flea market and all kinds of stuff. So Joe's an enterprising old feller. He's all about doing his thing.
Yeah.
I wish him the best of luck. Although I believe that it's a requirement in North Carolina for everybody to have their own little flea market out in front of their house. You know.
I can't believe he had. I wonder how much he drank tonight.
I don't know, but he was a hoot. I love every time.
Gotta love
You
it.
never know what you're getting.
Gotta love it. Give it
some
all
mornings
to the
he's
podcast.
pissed, some mornings he's happy, some mornings he gets pissed off at people who are just trying to be his friends and just to sell him stuff.
He's my age.
Is he really? 120?
43.
He's not 43.
Think
we'll
so.
be back, I know I'll be back. I don't know about everyone else. All our watchers might not come back, but we'll be back Sunday night. Same time. Probably the same place. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Your mom's
Seems to be
basement.
working pretty good on YouTube. Yeah, Mom's Basement.
I live too.
You guys, you know, if you, Joe's sober, by the way.
Wasn't he?
You guys want a better show, ask questions, if you know, come with questions, you know.
Yep.
For
Good times.
Mark and Tim, come with some
Bob.
questions when they're on.
We're going to get Bob the Cat on here too. I miss him. I haven't seen him too much.
Yeah.
Bob the Cat, he's got some jorts that I tried on, but unfortunately my legs are too fat and fat rolls are hanging out of the back end of them, so I had to.
I'm trying to be peaceful right now, man. It's hard to come up with material for it, you know?
For what? You know, you come up with some UMCC drama?
Maybe,
I don't know what to do.
before Seth leaves on his epic journey, maybe he and I will have a drunk podcast or one of these days just before Christmas where I don't have to work.
Well, there you go. That would be.
Drunk and we'll drink beer and shit and talk shit. That'll be cool. I'll drink.
Where is Seth been?
We'll see who can
Seth's
drink
online,
a case
right?
of beer the fastest.
I don't know, dude. I got money on him. I got them little skinny kids look like they.
Yeah, but he drinks craft, though, right?
No.
No, you don't drink craft beer?
No.
No.
He'll slum it up. What kind of beer do you drink there, Ohio?
I'm Bud Light.
Oh, dear God. How about you, Squeege? What you drink?
Budweiser.
How about you, Marky? Would you drink at all?
I drink occasionally. I'll drink Budweiser. I'm like TJ. I like a mild beer. I'm not into that hard stuff, that bitter. No, I don't drink very much, but like I said, when I do, Budweiser.
Remember Bud Ice?
Yeah. Yeah.
I miss that beer. I used to drink the daylights out of that, but now I'm a Legend guy. I like Budweiser. That's pretty good, man. But I like Spotted Cow. We got a craft brew it's out of Wisconsin. And it's amazing beer.
I mean, is there anything that you could not talk about for 45 fucking minutes?
I'm a wealth of knowledge. What you want to know, I'll tell you.
We need a drunken podcast, TJ.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Lots of
mixed things for everybody.
We'll definitely have to do that. I don't think everyone's going to like the results of that, but
we don't do that shit live. Or
you
can we?
asking their permission?
yeah,
I mean, we could.
I'll do whatever I want to do.
Yeah, we
There you
could.
go. Guess there's your answer right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So why do you care if they like it or not? They don't like it, they can tune out, right?
Look,
Come on, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Got me all spun up. You brought up the UAMC suck me. It was just, ugh.
Yeah, those dudes,
Okay.
you know, I thought you were going to talk about fucking, like, the ledger and, you know, stuff like that. Guys are all upset. You know, this isn't a window cleaning podcast. It's all about drummers and all that shit.
You know what? When I say get us
Well,
set.
I pretty much, yeah. I mean, I wanted to get microbrews. These guys in here, I mean, put your fucking purse down. I mean, Jesus Christ. I'd like a good microbrew. I like a good frothy microbrew. I like it when it's got a lot of foam on the top, you know. Creamy foam on the top when you pour it.
It's not the only thing like a creamy top on. So.
Irish Car Bomb. That's about it.
I started drinking hard liquor anymore, though, if I drink, or mixed drinks. I like old fashions. I always like my Bloody Mary. Anything except I will tell you, don't ever drink creeper wine. That's that homemade wine that they all make out here.
Yeah, we don't know what the fuck that is. That's some Iowa's cornfield shit.
It's some homemade wine, bro, and it's not wine.
That's what all you fucking white rednecks stand around in the cornfield burning crosses sip on.
Children of the corn. Children of the corn. Watch out for Malachi.
I like Pep's Blue Ribbon. I like Hams.
Yep.
I like Budweiser. I like free beer.
Free beer's good.
I like to roll your mom in flour and fucking find the wet spot. There's all kinds of shit I like to do.
Jacob mom's still doing that?
Dude, my mom will never. Here's a cool fact you may not know about me. When my mom and dad decided to get divorced, my mom slept with 8 dudes in 1 week.
Sweet.
Fun fact.
Sweet, dude. That's badass. Throwing that shit out of both pant legs.
How old were you, Jacob?
I was
old enough to get hard bust a nut, apparently.
I was 9 months from being born.
I was like, so it's my mom is
9 months from being born.
Well, we better not go into my mom. Tim gets all wound up and excited and looks for a number.
Some Little Kings. You guys drink some Little Kings?
I miss Little King parties, boy. Little Kings are fun.
Fuck the fold. That's what Seth Byers, the sexiest man in window cleaning, said. Fold the fat and fuck the fold. That's what I'm talking about.
Let me ask you a question there, Timmy.
Yes, sir.
Skinny little dude.
I'm all right.
I'm wondering, does it take 1 or 2 sniffs of beer to get you just lit?
Me?
Yeah.
Dude,
he's got a tolerance, dude.
Yeah.
He's a professional.
Yeah, I do. That's why I drink all night. Budweiser will creep up on you.
Yeah, it does. I'm curious. I know that Mark.
I can put him down when I go to put him down.
Really?
Yeah.
I never got that from you.
I can't mix well. I mix real well. It's never good, but I mean, if it's just straight beer, it's no worse.
Okay. I was just curious. I'm curious like a cat. That's why my friends call me Whiskers.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Dude, I don't know. My medication's got me saying a lot, man.
I guess.
Hey, Jacob, you're starting to stray off because I'm still interested in this. So your mom slept with 8 guys when your dad when she decided to divorce your dad, correct?
Correct. So what else can I do for you, sir? What else do you want to know?
No.
See, this is how screwed it up, though, is for me. This is why I'm a little messed up as an individual. My mom growing up, the entire time was, we were allowed, haven't you seen this show or this or that? No, wrong player. My mom would let us we got to watch 1 hour of TV a week. Now it's for Knight Rider.
Yep.
And we got.
Does she have a Facebook page?
She's got 8 of them. So that all depends on which
Seth Byers would like to know, what if the moon was made of barbecue spare ribs?
That's right.
Be there.
Yeah.
All right. And I go Budweiser. That's a great skit too, by the way, Seth. Another reason I love you even more. You know your comedy.
You know your comedy.
But
I'm gonna give you a blurry job later.
Not quite, but you're close. I would like to run my sweet, sexy, velvety hands over that beard or through it. It just looks good, man. I mean, I got a man crush on it.
Jacob, this isn't Farmers Only out in Iowa,
buddy. We know you live in Iowa and everything, but
say what you want, but that advertisement's on every 10 minutes on the TV, bro. I was like, what is this? Well, first off, it's screwed up. Farmers aren't going to have any internet. Not around here, they don't, unless they get it from Russia and their satellites. So why are you advertising for a website when farmers aren't even going to know? I think it's a sham.
I think you put way too much thought into that.
You read way too much thought.
Well, what else do I do? I live in BFI, Iowa. Iowa's a four-letter word.
BFI,
Like
does that mean garbage?
Hey, isn't that where Napoleon Dynamite was filmed? I think it's supposed to be in Iowa or something like that.
Oh, look at this jackass. It's Idaho. Everybody's like, where's
close
Iowa?
enough.
Where they grow potatoes?
Idaho, Iowa, it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, same thing.
No, it's not. I would love potatoes, man, but we got corn, pigs, and we grow our own big girls, too. If you
Not
if
as
you
many
like,
as fucking Fort Wayne, Indiana. There's some fucking damn pigs out there.
I'm kind of thinking that, so what is the average weight of them heifers out there?
we like to grow them to about 350, and then black dudes and little Mexicans all, by the way, here's my best favorite.
Christ, man.
Here we go.
Jesus, bring the Iowa out on the podcast.
What are you gonna say next? What are you gonna say next? That if the moon was made of barbecue spare ribs, black people would live on it? I mean, how fucking racist do you plan on getting, dude? For real, bro.
Yeah, well, for real, bro. No, I'm not. But let's say, what does 69 Chevy Impalas and big old white girls have in common?
I don't know.
They're both fun to drive.
What the fuck?
Sooner or later, they're going to have a little Mexican in them. So figure it out, bro.
Oh, man.
I thought you were going to say they're both fun to ride until your friends see.
Jacob, Joe knows stuff says, Jacob, you're trying too hard to be funny. Let it come naturally.
I need to go to bed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, thank God they can't see me on this camera. Or can they? I don't even know.
Yeah, thank God for all of us.
You know what? I'll take that as a term of endearment, and let's get it started. So.
Right.
All right, kids.
All right, man.
I'm ready to go to bed.
All right, see you later, Jacob. You can hang up anytime. We won't be mad at you. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for coming on, Jacob.
Yeah, thanks, Jacob.
Thank you, dude.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Yep,
take it easy. Jacob.
Yep, peace.
Be good, buddy.
So that was Jacob Dell, guys.
Well, I can tell you this. Jacob Dell has now set the record and beat the living shit out of Marcus Bay's amount of time on the podcast.
Yeah. I just figured I'd let him go. I'll let you guys talk and, ask him questions and shit. And, I think it turned out great.
Nice.
The pot was stirred. I think that's what was what was looking to happen, and it happened. So yeah,
it's weird watching a war that we're not involved in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Watching go at it, and we don't have anything to do with it. We're just kind of outsiders looking in for the first time for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Well, I mean, is that association bigger than like IWCA? I don't know anything about it, but it sounds like it's a big, big organization. If they're collecting $250,000 a year, that's pretty big, right?
Yeah. That'd have to be, wouldn't it?
Yep.
I mean,
they have to. I'm not sure how big they are, but clearly they're big enough to collect that kind of change.
Where's their convention this year? Is it?
I don't know. It'll be somewhere where I'm not going.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I have no use for IWCA, UAMCC, fucking any of that shit. I don't have a use for any of it. It's all something that leeches off of window cleaners and pressure washers. Everyone's got a gimmick about how they can sell you something to help you fucking make money, or tell you they're going to help you make money, or there's a bunch of that shit out there. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I think what happens is they probably start out, all of them, with good intentions, and then it grows to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
And you can't, I can't see it not happening when you start to put thousands of people, I mean, look, I know, I went to one of the very first window cleaning conventions. It was like 87 down in Miami. It wasn't even a convention. It was like, they called it a trade show, but there was really not much there. And to my knowledge, that was the first IWCA one. And then I went in 2004, and it was mobbed. And then I went last year, and you could light a bomb off and not too many people would have heard it,
Right.
So, I mean, it's like a roller coaster ride. It goes up and down and up and down. And I think once it goes down, because the name, the bad taste is out there, and the internet can ruin anything. It just kind of flatlines, and I mean, they've called me you know, and I'm like, well, you're going to give me a magazine and I get $100 off on a trade show that's overpriced? You know, I mean, what are the real benefits to it? I've never seen it.
All of these, I mean, everyone, there's going to be guys out there that are most likely involved in it that are like, hey, you know, this is what it does and that's what it is. But let's just be honest here. What we do for a living is kind of finite. I mean, a lot of us make money doing this, but it's not like we're all millionaires or anything like that. I just feel like for what is offered and what they are, I mean, whom they cater to, which is mostly training and stuff like that. You're catering to guys that really don't know what they're doing anyway, and then they're dumping their money into this, you know what I mean, before they're able to. Why not just give the training out? You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because what happens is, all of a sudden, it's just like you said.
I could see paying for fucking safety training, but...
Yeah, I mean, I've done that, but like, it goes back to what you said a few sentences ago, is everybody's got something to sell all of a sudden. And that's where it becomes corrosive, almost, you know. They just want to hawk their wares, and, you know, I mean, I guess there is a big benefit or a benefit for newcomers to any industry to join some form of association for a while. Right. Get your foundation and try to meet.
Almost 20 years ago until there was social media and you can get it all for free.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, back when they were starting WCA in the 90s, it was a whole different deal. We weren't organized. You couldn't communicate with other window cleaners.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You didn't unless there just wasn't a way. And then once they figured out a way to kind of make money off of it, and that's kind of why it was probably down last year. I mean, it was very expensive at the IWCA. Especially if you got other organizations giving away for free or $99 or whatever they're charging to get into these conventions. I think just the trade show itself was like $200, $300 or something like that.
No. The trade show was like $125, but the convention itself was, if I remember correctly, and I could be off by $100 either way.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure it was $600 if you're a member, $700 if you're not, per person.
It was a fun event, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a fun event.
Dude, it was a fun because you partied. It wasn't fun because it was IWCA.
Yeah,
dude,
probably.
you didn't even know where you were when I saw
it. I think Seth brought up a pretty good point here. He said Seth Byers said he learned more talking shit and eating barbecue with us than he learned ever at any convention.
Oh, dude, that was stellar. We're going to do...
that's what we're going to do. We're going to end here. Our focus here is we're here eventually, probably in 2019. We're going to put something together where we're just all window cleaners. We're just, everyone's invited. We're just going to pick a spot. We'll all meet there. And if these...
Are you cooking?
Well, we could do that if we had to.
Are you doing brisket? Or?
I don't know. We'll see. But... we'll do, kind of like a window cleaners convention, but if these guys want to peddle their fucking wares, they got to pay for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd like to say it's going to be...
A situation where the vendors come to us, not us going to the vendors and paying their shitty-ass outlandish prices. And you know what I'm saying? They can, if they want to peddle their wares, they can come to us.
I think TJ... and I hope you guys agree, I think it should be not so much a convention, but more along the lines of what you would call a jamboree, where it's fun.
About,
because guess jamboree. What? I don't want to sit in some room with a bunch of... Yeah, make it fun.
It would be more of like, Jason, we don't know yet, but we're thinking it'd be more of like a...
No regimen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be more like it's not rigid and segmented, and you got to be here at a certain time. Like the KC Mo thing where we had like, let's go here and let's go there and let me show you how to push the pole up and down. Do dee do dee do. None of that shit. It just more or less just a jamboree. All the window cleaners coming, maybe at a campground or. Maybe a fucking casino somewhere and just, rent that bitch out fucking, you know what I mean? Just be like, hey, we want a group rate on rooms. We're all window cleaners going to get together and we're just going to fucking rent your hotel out for a couple of days, every fucking room.
And then,
do it.
You just set up like a massive group text.
Yep.
And everybody does whatever they want and we all meet at certain times when someone has a cool idea. Done.
We're going to play Find Joe a Pro.
Yeah. Find Joe a Pro. We'll play Find Joe a Pro. But that's our idea. That's kind of, there was a lot of things talked about in Kansas City, Missouri that are still in the works. And that was one of them, is something for window cleaners to get together. And the only thing you're coming out of your fucking pocket for is to pay for your room and fucking board and all the rubbing of the elbows and hey man, how do you do this? How do you do that? Will just be free, because you'll be asking guys like Mark Tanner or Tim Huber or TJ or fucking Jason Lehman or Joshua Schoaf or Joe the Opinionated Window Cleaner these questions, and they're not going to charge you to fucking speak to these guys. You're going to have a beer and eat a hot dog and, you know what I mean, and fucking throw the cornhole or pitch a horseshoe, you know what I mean? Something like that. That's what we want to do. And if anyone takes our idea, it's right here on Wax, and you guys are fucking whack as fuck. So.
Oh no, we'll show up and we'll fuck up your event. That's it.
Yeah, and then we'll show up.
You're going to invite us. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, Joe's already willing to get down to his underwear.
We're going to try to, I'm thinking we're going to try to hash it out over the winter. You know, we'll probably have something kind of in some way, shape, rough, or form here on like a destination. It would be nice to do it somewhere on the East Coast, or like not East Coast, but like kind of in the middle. You know what I mean? Or just easy access for everyone. You know what I'm saying?
I vote Ohio.
I do too. But, you know, we've got a group of guys that we spoke to, and it most likely, I mean, and most of those guys were from pretty much all over the country. And there's like, 11 or 12 of us, and we'll just hash it out where we're going to do this at, and we'll vote.
Like in the best place in the world to go for one of these.
I know, but I don't want anyone to think that I'm being biased because of my area.
That's not being biased. You live at like one of the best places in Ohio.
Yeah,
but dude,
for like a couple, for like 3 months out of the year, and then it fucking sucks ass.
Oh, look, I'm game for all that. It needs to move around. You know, one year it's here, and then if we do it the next year or the year after, it's there, so that it's sometimes easier for other people, and we all get to see different things. You know, I mean, I'd like to come out there. Yeah. I wouldn't complain about it. You know,
what's that? Come where?
Out to Ohio or wherever you guys want to do it. I'm willing to do it.
You know, I said, we'll figure it out and try to get it together. There will be no tickets. Like I said, what we'll do is we'll look. I mean, we did with Kansas City, Missouri. That fucking one floor was full of window cleaners. You know what I mean? Window cleaners and pressure washers. The hotel, and that's essentially what we'll do. You know what I mean? Campground. Like I said, we'll hash it out. We'll let you guys know. And once January and February rolls down, and we kind of, as a group, sit down and talk about it and kind of hash out what we want to do, we'll put it to you guys, the window cleaners that listen to the show, and in all of the groups that we're all involved in. We'll share it all around. And, get everybody's interest peaked and be like, we'll be here, we're doing this, come, be there or be square. You know what I mean? I think that's
and
cool.
if you want like an itinerary of what's going on, it's not the place for you. Yeah. This is going to be organized chaos, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And we're going to laugh.
Together. Just window cleaners getting together, cutting it up, rubbing elbows, spreading ideas. And again, like I said, guys, the end goal here is to kind of do I guess it would be the Outlaw Window Cleaner Unconvention is what we'll call it.
Yeah,
because it's
unconventional
convention. It's going to be
the unconventional convention. Yeah.
And maybe one day it'll be to where these window cleaning suppliers and manufacturers will come to us because they know we're all there. You know what I'm saying? Then you can see the top new shit and the rub elbows with industry guys that that build the tools that we use. You know what I mean? I like the idea of that, but I don't like the idea of charging window cleaners fucking $200, $400, $500 fucking dollars to walk in some doors to like stand around and watch a bunch of fucking yums clean glass fast. Right. Watch me clean the clean glass fast.
Yeah, or some high price keynote speaker that's going to talk about business that has no experience in our industry or even in the service industry that's going to sit there and lecture you for 4 hours about how to grow your business
if you want to fall asleep, just ask Mark Tanner a question and he'll fucking put you right to sleep. I can't. I tried to post.
I thought you were my boy.
I tried to post Casper's fucking shit. I thought you were my boy. I tried to post Casper's dissertation on squeegee rubber, but fucking Mark. I mean, it's like 45 minutes long, dude.
Yeah, because guess what?
Because Mark won't shut the fuck up.
No, because you know what? After that, you know what I got out of it, dude? I'm smarter than Casper about rubber.
That's funny.
About rubber.
Derek Gland. I tell you what, Derek Gland is more than welcome to come. If Eric Bland wants to come to the Outlaw Window Cleaner Unconvention, he is more than welcome. I can't fucking vouch for his safety, but I heard in person he's quite the specimen, from what I understand. But
we should bring some of those YouTubers out.
Yeah, like I said, I've got no problem. All of them dudes can show up, dude. I'm cool with everybody. You know what I mean? There won't be no static unless you start some static. You know what I'm saying?
Plus, it could just be a good time. Everybody.
Yeah, we're just there to
everybody
have a good
gave
time,
their experiences, man.
Yeah.
We could do so much
share
cool
experiences, share ideas. There'll be
Help
glass
guys.
somewhere. Guys can fucking bust out their squeegees and fucking get down with the getting it down. We'll have a fucking contest, see who can drink the most beers and clean the windows the fastest. I feel like that's a real competition.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I'm the world record holding speed champion with a fucking on a piece of clean glass. Do that shit drunk and get at me, bro. You know what I'm saying? We'll set up a couple 40-foot ladders and see who falls off first.
Better get the foam pit out.
We could have a hose rolling contest like they do at the pressure cleaning show.
Yeah, that's so whack, bro.
I heard about that, and I go,
hose rolling. I've seen a video of it.
Yeah, that's the gayest fucking thing ever. Okay, fucking gay.
And when Mark says gay, he's saying it G-H-E-Y, not like the regular kind. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Joseph Henry Hardy says, let his ass show up. I will bring boxing gloves for charity. Ooh. TJ's ugly mug is not on camera tonight.
I say this. Speaking of
Tim steal the show tonight.
We're gonna rent out a wrestling ring. Ron Musgraves is going to be the announcer, and all the suppliers are going to go.
We'll have the Outlaw Window Cleaner Unconvention in my new lot. I just bought this training facility. It's right next to Walgreens. It's going to be the cleanest Walgreens in the country, guys. And it's going to all be wired with fiber. Everyone's going to have a really good internet connection. It's going to be great. And we're going to sell parking lots. And I will show you my pro and my fiber. If anyone would like to split a room, hint, Joe. I will be also selling bed cleaning services. I will give you a turn down, a mint on your pillow. Would you like me to fluffy your pillow, boss? You know what I mean? Something like that. This is it's just, I really don't like snake oil salesmen. I have fiber. Joe was on the podcast. He disconnected. He's got that shitty internet. I've got fiber all through my house.
Oh shit!
Oh god!
Listen,
so bad, man.
Listen, dude.
Oh man.
Eric may be, like I've said in other podcasts, Eric may be I don't think Eric is a bad person. Yes, I do. I think Eric has got some character flaws. I think that if Eric got past that stuff, he would be a decent dude. But what he did to me, and on my Facebook business page was just, that's just unscrupulous shit. And I honestly feel like that dude would do anything to get a buck, honestly. Or to be right about something. What he did, I would go into someone's business page and leaving a 3-paragraph fucking comment on every review, and they were all good reviews, by the way, and a couple bad ones, but still, I left them up. Eric left a comment on every review, like 3 paragraphs about how I'm so mean.
Yeah, you know what? Let me ask you a question though, TJ. Seriously, do you believe in karma?
Yes, I do believe in
because I do.
karma.
Yeah. So
and
guess
you know
what, dude?
that dude will reap what he sows eventually. You know what I mean? That's just the way the world works. You know what? I've actually got a guy working on that. The Ron Musgraves T-shirts. I mean,
they're only coming extra large.
Listen, guys, I'm out here in sunny Florida in my new facility. I've got a bunch of fiber here on the ground, and I'm going to be selling T-shirts. I don't have a fedora on them. I've got a pair of glasses and a ball cap. It's got the UAMCC logo on it. It's wonderful, guys. We're just here to help. I'm not involved in the UAMCC. I'm just in the background, taking all the money.
Oh God!
So I don't know, guys. I was saving it all up for the very end.
Yeah.
I wanted everyone to get lulled to sleep.
Weekend.
Yeah, I wanted everyone to get lulled to sleep, and then I dropped the hammer on them. You know what I'm saying? With the Ron Musgraves. So, you know, I like I said, guys, that's our plans. I don't know if it'll happen. That's what we want to happen. We're gonna work it out. The guys in Kansas City, Missouri, they know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He said that's childish. What exactly is childish? What Eric did to my Facebook business page? I agree, man. If that's what you mean by childish, yes, I agree. You know what, dude? I actually contacted a lawyer in Michigan. See, this is the thing that people don't realize. I live in Sandusky. I'm about an hour from Michigan. I actually have map quested Eric's house before, so that's how pissed off I was. But I actually have family that live in Michigan in Taylor, Tucky. I got family in Detroit. So I mean, I've got family all over Michigan. That's kind of like my area up there. That's where my whole family's from. And I just reached out to my aunt. She contacted her. I was going to put a cease and desist on the dude. You know what I mean? I was going to pursue charges because that's slanderous. It's fucking weird. He wouldn't stay off of my. Yes, the meth girl's going to be invited. He wouldn't stay. I mean, I think the dude might have came to my house. Honestly, there was a weird truck from Michigan out in front of my house one night. They took off when we came out the house. I mean, it could or could not have been my 45 that ran him off, but you know what I mean? It was some weird truck sitting out in front of with fog lights on out in front of my house, and me and Jeremy, the guy from my YouTube videos, my sister's fiance, we was about to go out there and get jiggy with it, you know what I mean? But they took off when we opened the door. It was just weird, and it had Michigan plates. I'm just trying to figure out why Michigan plates would stop out in front of my house and fucking in May, when in the heat of all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just weird. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it was him, but I think it might have been him. But, you know, he didn't want to catch a fucking wig splitting, so he bounced out. But either way, this is a Bigfoot moment with T. Squeegee.
Wow. Yeah,
dude, this, you know, people have been chasing Bigfoot for 60 years now, guys, and here's how it began. In 1958, journalist Andrew Gonzalez of the Humboldt Times highlighted on a fun, if dubious, letter from a reader about loggers in Northern California who discovered mysteriously large footprints. Maybe we have a relative of the abominable snowman of the Himalayas, Gonzalez jokingly wrote in his September 21st column alongside the letter. Later, Gonzalez said that he'd simply thought the mysterious footprints made a good Sunday morning story, but to his surprise, it really fascinated readers. In response, Gonzalez and a fellow Humboldt Times journalist, Betty Allen, published a follow-up article about the footprints, reporting the name loggers had given it the so-called creature who left the tracks Bigfoot. So that's where the Bigfoot name came from. And so the legend was born. So it was just like kind of a joke at first. There are various wild man myths from all over the world, Joshua Blue says, author of Bigfoot Life and Times of a Legend. In Western Canada, the Stahls First Nation have the Saskets, the supposed origin of the word Sasquatch. However, the modern U.S. concept of Bigfoot can be traced quite directly to the Humboldt Times story in 1958. So that's weird. that this guy feels like it was just started from this story, like bullshit started this whole story. People later go back and dig through old newspapers and stuff and find scattered reports of a wild man here, a wild man there, he says, but it doesn't coalesce into general discussion until 1950. So they're thinking that this news story, this gag that this guy came up with, is what started the Bigfoot rumor. Even though loggers blamed acts of vandalism on Bigfoot, Allen thought that most of them didn't really believe in the creature. It seemed to her that they were just passing along stories with a legendary flavor. Still, the story spread to newspapers all over the country, and the TV show Truth or Consequences offered $1,000 to anyone that could prove the existence of Bigfoot. Who is making the huge 16-inch tracks in the vicinity of Bluff Creek, Gonzoli wrote in one of his columns later that October, are the tracks of a human or a hoax? Or are there actual marks of a huge but harmless wild man traveling through the wilderness? Can this be some legendary-sized animal, like a really big one with a pro? Once Bigfoot's story went public, it became a character in men's adventure magazines and cheap trade paperback novels. It's these stories. Bigfoot was a primal, dangerous creature out of the past, who lurked in the modern wilderness. By the 1970s, pseudo-documentaries were investigating his existence, and films were portraying him as a sexual predator. That's fucking great, dude. In the 1980s, Bigfoot showed his softer side. He became associated with environmentalism and a symbol of the wilderness that we need to preserve. Bush says one big example is the movie 1987's fucking Harry and the Hendersons. That's Tim's Bible, which portrayed Bigfoot as a friendly, misunderstood giant. So that's pretty cool, man. So why is the Bigfoot legend persisted for 60 years? I think it's my fault. I think that's why it keeps going on. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's my fault?
Yeah. Bigfoot.
Yeah, I think we're shedding new light on it, so we're bringing it back up. There should be more sightings coming soon.
I think it's the media and fucking weirdos that keep it going. Just as no one really needs to explain that characters who turn into wolves during full moon were werewolves. It's the same fucking thing. There's no proof. People just believe in it. You know what I mean? So there's no really need to explain the hairy man. All you really need to do is take a fucking picture. You know what I mean? That's my only problem with Bigfoot now, is that everyone's got a fucking super sweet video camera in their pocket and don't and they don't manage a picture of Bigfoot. That's the only thing that's disheartening. I've found, if you guys watch my videos, I've found Bigfoot nests.
Broken
happens,
branches.
You know what I mean? Yeah, broken branches. It's all
Let
there.
me ask you something.
Go ahead.
One question though, with the experience that you now have and the burden that you have, that you've traveled halfway across the country or a good part of it, how did the nests in Kansas City compare to the nests that you saw in Ohio?
The nests in Ohio were a lot bigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got bigger Bigfoots in Ohio. I think out there it's harder for them to hide.
Yeah, probably. Very interesting.
Well, dudes, I don't know. I think that's the podcast, man. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I had fun.
I had a ball. My cheeks are always.
Well, guys, this is Ron Musgraves, and this is the end of the Outlaw Window Cleaner podcast. I'd like to thank my co-hosts, Mark Tanner, Tim Huber, and the Teach Squeegee, my hero. We're gonna sell parking lots together, and we're gonna lay all kinds of fiber. And I can't wait to wrap my lips around Joseph's mini. I don't know why I said that out loud. We'll see you guys later. Good night.
Good night.
Peace.